Today, on the Casades Dance podcast, we have Italy attempting a lockdown, and we have a Russian artist finding a creative use for old, not worth using electronics, and Twitch streamers earning thousands of dollars by sleeping on air. To begin the Casades Dance podcast, we have Italy attempting a lockdown. People in the northern area of Italy have been confined to that area unless it is an essential work-related reason. And northern Italians are required to actually have proper certification and fill out forms provided by authorities. Railroad passengers could be subject to thermoscans, which I guess are some remote way of finding the body temperature. What's worse, violators could face up to 3 months in prison, but graver offenses could face up to 12 years. That's 12. Yikes. The worst part is that the lockdown is actually not really going well. In much lighter news, a Russian artist found a creative use for old, not worth using electronics. Artist, Instagrammer, and YouTuber by the name of Art Mayer, that's Mayer, bought 107 old iPhones and iPod Touches from secondhand stores. What he did was he gutted the phones and glued them together. The guitar was made with a mahogany sustain block that was 4 phones thick, which means that the guitar was 4 phones thick. And of course, after gluing them together, the shape was cut out. It was not just, a box. You might think that would be okay, but really, guitars are shaped the way they are for a reason. And despite the sustain block being made of mahogany, the phones carried a lot of high frequencies. In the end, it was finished with a Tele-style bridge and 2 Foken single-coil pickups. Twitch streamers are earning thousands of dollars by sleeping on air. You heard me correctly. Sleeping on air, earning them thousands of dollars. It's not even accidental. It is 100% intentional. Falling asleep on Twitch is often an accident. And sometimes they also take brief naps. This is neither of those. It's intentional and overnight. The streamers are encouraging viewers to remain watching while they go to bed. Now, there are a multitude of ways that they do this. Some allow the viewers to submit videos, which sounds like a bad idea. Probably because it is. Some allow viewers to set alarms, which also sounds like a bad idea, and sounds like a bad idea, most likely because it is.
Advice from Casades Stamps.
And now it's time for Advice from Casades Stamps. In case you're wondering what Advice from Casades Stamps is, it's where I give you advice that may or may not be good advice. It most likely isn't. Now, first off, if your laptop has an aluminum case, like mine, and a port gets blocked, do not try to move it back into place with your fingernail like you can do on the ones with plastic cases. That won't work. You will need to hammer it back in. You will need to hammer it back into place. If your laptop is a Mac, you shouldn't have that problem. It does make it harder to repair. But this is not a Mac. So yeah, it does have that problem. I don't know why they chose an aluminum case. I mean, Macs supposedly do it so that they can skimp out on cooling. If you have old on-ear headphones with foam ear pads that may or may not work anymore, or you just don't want to use them, that can actually be used as an insert for your windscreen, and it will actually reduce plosives a lot. I could throw you in an audio sample. I am speaking directly onto the capsule with the grill off, and this is how it sounds. I am speaking directly onto the capsule with only the grill on, and this is how it sounds. I am speaking directly onto the capsule with only the windscreen on, and this is how it sounds. And now I am speaking directly onto the capsule with the windscreen plus earpad plus grill on, and this is how it sounds. And yes, I did have the grill on when I only had the windscreen on. It would be kind of hard to put the windscreen on without the grill. But yeah, you see, it's a foam earpad. I just insert it into my windscreen, and honestly, if you saw how thin it was, you would not believe that it actually worked. But it actually makes a world of difference. I will say, do not rely solely on a windscreen or pop filter. This is what it will sound like if you rely solely on a windscreen or a pop filter. Also, do not rely solely on speaking off axis. I can say that for me, it has never been enough. This is what it sounds like if you rely solely on speaking off axis. Speaking off axis. Yes, I would always recommend doing both. And of course, that is all I have in the notes for today. So, sorry that this was a shorter episode. But yeah, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I've got time for. That is all in the notes. That is all I have in the notes. I really do hope you've enjoyed. If you did, then please do hit the like button. I actually got too close a bit there, and I was clipping. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But anyways, this has been Sadie Stamps. Cheers for watching, and I will see you later. Bye.